it says, in her occasion, who could turn her away? All they that seek her will not weary themselves, and her month they shall find her. Withhold thy foot from being unshod, and thy throat from thirst.
Right. Withhold thy foot from being unshod, man. You gotta be grounded in the truth of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Rooted. And the truth. They didn't say be financially secure. They didn't say how many fucking friends you got or how many people like you. Or how many smiles or likes you can get on Facebook.
Withhold thy foot from being unshod, and thy throat from a thirst. Throat from thirst.
Right, we're talking about this word, not physical water, man.
But thou saidest, there is no hope. No, for I have loved strangers.
Right, that's what you women do. You men and women, y'all did that. Separate yourself from the Most High. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All you gotta do to understand what we're saying is go on YouTube and look at a harlot, look at a whore, man, and see her characteristics, her attitude. She can have a good man right there in front of her face, but yet she just wants to be a fucking whore. She wants to be a whore. You cannot turn a whore away from what she's gonna do, man. Go ahead.
But thou saidest there is no hope. No, for I have loved strangers, and after them will I go.
Right, you love strangers, and after that you will go. Go ahead.
As a thief is ashamed when he is found, so is the house of Israel ashamed.
You're gonna be very ashamed, man. You're gonna be very ashamed whenever you see what we speak about come true. And you ain't gonna find the truth. Unless you're part of the elect, you're gonna find it. The Most High is gonna set it up to where you're gonna meet a man of the Lord, and he's gonna give you the truth.
So as a thief is ashamed when he is found, so is the house of Israel ashamed. They, their kings, their princes, and their priests, and their prophets.
Right, all your pastors, your fake ass pastors are gonna be ashamed in that day too, man. Your spiritual, your mom and grandma and your dad that think they're highly spiritual, they're gonna be ashamed in that day too. Because they were wrong the whole time, man. They weren't even speaking out of the book of the Bible, man. They were speaking according to their own mind, their own heart. Matter of fact, get that in Ezekiel. Don't worry about that. Focus on the word. Get that in Ezekiel where it talks about the prophets speak out of their own heart, their own divinations. And everything we're saying is the truth, man. Y'all just have a problem with it because we're out here two men speaking according to what the Bible says. And y'all don't like when men come out here and speak the way we speak, man. Just like a woman don't like when her man speaks harshly to her. That's why we say, a lot of you people, y'all have a spirit of a woman, man. When the Most High didn't set things up to be that way for a man. A man's supposed to be slow to wrath, patient, understanding, and uses his reason. Not like a woman. A woman's quick to argue and ready to fight. Let's go ahead.
Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 6. Or verse 3. No, I'm going to start at verse 1. Ezekiel 13 and 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts.
Right. So Jeremiah was a prophet, or Ezekiel was a prophet, right? Ezekiel was a man of the Lord out of the Bible. Well, check it out. Ezekiel spoke against false prophets, man. He spoke against your fake pastors like the set up in the church. That Joel Osteen, that Edomite, so-called white man, they ain't got no business reading the Bible. He straight mangles the scriptures. Hey, but he gives you what you want, you 2/3. That love doctrine, that prosperity doctrine. Nowhere in the Bible it said to prosper in this time. Nowhere. Go ahead.
And say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, hear ye the word of the Lord.
What does that mean when it says they prophesy out of their own heart? Saying y'all speak what y'all believe is gonna be out of y'all's own minds, man. Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord God, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts.
Right, your church, your pastors in these churches, man, they're like foxes. And what does a fox do? A fox is a scavenger. They go around and devouring land. They devour your crops. They devour your farm animals. You got eggs in there. You got little chickens. They go in there and tear them up. They devour it, make it a desert. Got foxholes everywhere, tunnels, going in and out like a rabbit. Just taking it and taking and taking and never satisfied, man. When all along, they ain't even giving you anything that's profitable.
O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel.
Right, so your pastors, your political leaders, they don't come out in the highways and the byways and make of themselves, their bodies a living sacrifice. They don't do that, man. Nor do your spiritual, self-proclaimed Christian, mommy, daddy, grandma. Although the Bible clearly tells you that a woman can't take up any authority over a man. Nor can she speak in the churches. So it's forbidden.
Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord.
Right, and who's doing that? Us two brothers that are here in San Angelo, we're trying to prepare you for war, man. We're the ones telling you that hard times are coming. We're the ones telling you who the enemy is, which is the so-called white man, Esau. He's an Edomite, according to the Bible. That's who he is. Just like a Negro, according to the Bible, he comes from the tribe of Judah. The so-called Mexicans, you come from the tribe of Issachar, according to the Bible. Has nothing to do about skin color, man. Has everything to do with what nation you derive from.
They have seen vanity and lying divination, saying the Lord sent, and the Lord had not sent them.
Like the Lord didn't send your pastors, man. That's why we read earlier in John 10 that they're he's nothing but a hireling. And when the day of destruction comes, all hell breaks loose here. He's gonna flee when he sees a wolf coming. He ain't gonna have nothing to protect him, nor protect you with. All along, y'all were getting, y'all were just wanting those smooth things. Like a woman wants to hear from her man. But the man is like, man, shut up. You don't even know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Just wait, sit your ass and wait, cook, clean, and just hope that everything will be all right today. And pray to the Lord if she does that. But your pastors don't even tell you that Jesus Christ, that he's a black man from the tribe of Judah. A lot of you people don't even know that. That he's actually a dark-skinned man with woolly hair. They don't even tell you that you got to follow the commandments, man. They don't even tell you that you can't eat pork. That you got to let your facial hair grow. You can't have no razor touch your skin, man. You can't be getting edged up on the sides of your head. They don't tell you none of that. And a woman, that's how a woman is. A woman don't want to hear no kind of, she don't want to have no rules. She don't want to have there's no bounds. She wants no boundaries. She wants to be able to walk, go free and throw. Like I said, you go like a swift dromedary traversing in her ways. But the Lord tells us in Ephesians, be not like children tossed to and fro.
They have seen vanity and lying divination, saying the Lord sent, and the Lord had not sent them. And the
Lord didn't send your pastors, man. The Lord didn't send your mommy, your daddy, or your grandma acting like she's a spiritual person to give you some form of revelation, man. But the Bible tells you in Isaiah 8:20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it's because there is no light in them. Now get where it talks about that, is it Micah chapter 2, where it talks about the heads of the tribe? Of the
This is Micah chapter 3, verse 1. And I said, Hear I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment?
Right, is it not for us to know judgment, man? A lot of you Negro, Latinos, Native American Indians, just like a woman, they don't like judgment. They don't like authority, true authority. That's why y'all love America, because America's a land where y'all can get away with anything. Y'all can do whatever you want. You can be a faggot. You can be an adulterer. You could steal, you could kill and get away with it. And the worst ones that get it are you Negro and Latinos, man. Y'all get harsher punishments by the so-called white man. The white man could kill you and he'll get less time in prison than you would. He'll still give you life. But like it says, is it not for you to know judgment? It's very important to know judgment, the laws, to know that there is a judgment.
Is it not for you to know judgment? You hate the good and love the evil.
You hate the good and love the evil, man. What is the good? Yahweh, ultimately Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, and his law that he gave to us to live according to a right path, man. To keep us on that narrow road, that on the right side you got nothing but water, and on the left you got a pool of flames. And who are the ones like it spoke in the very beginning? You heads of Israel. Who are the heads of Israel? The men that got this word, this knowledge, and the laws down. They're gonna feed their people wisdom, knowledge, and understanding.
Who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin from off them and their flesh from off their bones.
And that's what the pastors do to you, man. To you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native American Indians, they pluck you off. They pluck the skin off you. They fillet you. That's why you don't know who you are to this very day. You think you're African, man. You're not no African. You're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. You Mexicans, you're not a Mexican. You're not a wetback or a spick. You come from the tribe of Issachar, man. You're a chosen people. But your pastors and these churches, they don't tell you that, nor do your political leaders here in America. But they know who you are. The higher ups know who we are. And they know that Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai is coming back from the heavens, who y'all ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Go ahead.
Who also eat the flesh of my people and flay their skin from off them. And they break their bones and chop them in pieces as for the pot and as flesh within the cauldron. Then shall they cry unto the Lord, but he will not hear them. He will even hide his face from them at that time, as they have behaved themselves ill in their doings.
Right, so he's gonna hide his face from you, man, because you want to do work, you want to work illness. You want to be ill, you want to be wicked, man. Read it again.
Then shall they cry unto the Lord, but he will not hear them.
So you're gonna cry unto the Lord because you want to reject the law, you want to reject knowledge, but he's not gonna hear you.
He will even hide his face from them at that time, as they have behaved themselves ill in their doings. You want me to jump down to verse 11?
Just keep reading all the way straight.
It says, Thus saith the Lord concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite with
Now I'm speaking specifically to you false prophets that make his people to err. Go ahead.
That bite with their teeth and cry peace.
Right, we're not in a time of peace. That's a clear evidence that y'all know we're not about peace. Go ahead. Now let's listen to what the Most High says about those prophets that speak about peace in this time.
That bite with their teeth and cry peace, and he that put it not into their mouths, they even prepare war against him.
Y'all prepare war against who? Us. Because we're not here telling you, oh, there's good things are coming to America. Everybody's gonna be saved. Jesus loves everybody. Nah. The Lord had put it in our mouth to speak about peace. Go ahead.
And that bite with their teeth and cry peace, and he that put it not into their mouths, they even prepare war against him. Therefore night shall be unto you, Therefore night shall be unto you, that ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, that ye shall not divine. And the sun shall go down over the province, and the day shall be dark over them. Then shall the seers be ashamed, and the diviners confounded.
So your pastors are going to be ashamed in that day too. They're going to be confounded, brought to confusion. Because the whole time themselves, they didn't even know. They didn't know that their own government was about to prepare a war against them. They didn't know that 501c3 act was nothing but a snare to them. Because when you come to serve the Lord, it tells you that in the Gospels, man. Yahushua told us clearly, he that comes and serves me must forsake his life, basically. And you're going to become an enemy. And he came not to, send peace, but he came to cause the variance between the Father and the Son. And if the world hated not me, if the world hated me first, it will hate you. I don't see nobody hating these pastors. Like we always say, if they were out here on the street, y'all would be over here giving them honor, glory. Not that we're seeking that. But the point is that y'all ain't in agreement with us. Because peace ain't coming out of our mouth. We're speaking the truth, man. The Lord, and one thing you gotta understand is if you think something is good in your mind, more than likely it's bad. Like concerning the world. If you think it's something, if that thing in the world is really good, it's really bad. Okay? That's why you always gotta come back to these pure words. The truth. It's not gonna lie to you, man. Go ahead.
It says, then shall the seers be ashamed, and the diviners confounded. Yea, they shall all cover their lips, but there is no answer of the Most High.
You ain't gonna get no answer, man. You ain't gonna bet. Your pastors and your priests ain't gonna know what to tell you. And if they do open their mouth, they're gonna tell you another lie. No, it's gonna pass. It's gonna pass. It's gonna go away. It's just something that we have to go through because it's part of history. Nah, this is that great day, man. This is that great horrible day that the Most High Yahushua spoke to the apostles in Matthew 24, in Luke 21, and Daniel chapter 12, verse 1, and Revelations. This is that day. This is that time. It's not gonna pass. It's just gonna get worse and worse and worse until fire annihilates this place, America, and it's gonna be a lake of fire, like the Bible describes it. Go ahead.
It says, but truly I am full of power by the Spirit of the Lord, and of judgment, and of might, to declare unto Jacob his transgression, and to Israel his sin.
Right, and we're commanded to come out here like we proved earlier in Zechariah, to come and speak the truth to our neighbor. All right, that's a commandment from Yahushua, man. Come and speak the truth to our neighbor, to execute judgment. It also tells it in Isaiah 58:1. Okay, go ahead.
Hear this, I pray you, ye heads of the house of Jacob, and princes of the house of Israel, that abhor judgment and pervert all equity.
Right, so we're commanded out here to rebuke you false prophets, and you false preachers and pastors, and you self-proclaimed Christians that think you're spiritual. We're out here to be at variance against you. We're not here to be in agreement with you, man. This is spiritual warfare. Go ahead.
That abhor, hear this, I pray you, you heads of the house of Jacob, and the princes of the house of Israel.
And if you say we're wrong, why did Yahushua contend with the Pharisees and the scribes then? Was he wrong? Was he not sent to be a defense of the gospel? Y'all people, man, y'all don't know what y'all believe. Y'all don't know what to believe in. Y'all are confused people, man.
That abhor judgment